Right, okay, so we're looking at this format, 6 questions in 4 minutes. So what you do is you set your timer, do it as quickly as you can. If you get stuck, move on and then come back to it. So what you can do is set your timer and go for it. Right, okay, let's look at that. Right, okay, the ratio of red to blue is 2 to 3. There's 20 pens in total, so remember these questions can be tricky, so you have to read them carefully. So there's 20 pens in total. So first of all, what I do is I do 2 plus 3. Right, what I'll do is I'll tell you what, I will do it up here. So 2 plus 3 is that type of question, which is 5. I've got 5 pieces or 5 boxes. Okay. Now there's 20 pens, so I do 20 divided by 5, which is 4. So now I know each box contains 4 pens. And I'm looking for blue pens, so this is blue. How many boxes have I got for blue? 3, haven't I? That 3 there. So I do 3 times 4, which is 12. So there are 12 blue pens. Right. Let's get rid of that. Let's crack on. Right, work out 11%. So when you've got 11%, probably the easiest way to is work out 10%. 10% off 30 and 10, sorry, not 10%, 1% of 30. So what's the rule for dividing or working out 10%? You divide this by 10. So decimal points there, I'm going to move it back. So let's get rid of that alarm. So it's 3. Now if I want to work out 1%, I move the decimal back twice. So I go 1, 2. So I put a 0 here. So what have I got? 0.30 or 0.3. 0.3. Now this causes a bit of confusion. So look, there's 3. Right. In 3, I've got 3.0. That is still 3. Okay. Then I line up. Where is it there? This, can you see this decimal point 0? I'm going to line it up here. Just to help me line it up. And then I'm going to put the 0 there and a 3 there. I'm going to add them. Put the decimal point there. 3, 3. So I've got 3.3. So equals 3.3. And because it's money, we deal with 2 decimal places, so it'll be £3.30. That's a tricky one, as in it's easy to make a mistake with that. So again, with practice, it'll become super easy. Okay, how do we work out 5% of 300? Again, 2 ways. If you're comfortable doing 1%, I divide by 100. So if I divide 300, so watch this, there's 300. If I divide by 100, the decimal points there, I go 1, 2. My answer is 3. So 1% is 3. And then I multiply by 5. So times 5, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, you can do it that way. Or what you can do is you can work out 10%. What's 10% of 300? Let me go through it. decimal points there. I'm going to move it back one place. So I've got 30. So 10% is 30. And then I'm going to halve this. I'm going to divide this by 2. So I've got 5%. Can you see that half of 10 is 5 and half of 30 is 15? It depends on what you're comfortable with, but I think this for some kids or some students might be easier. So let me put the answer down here, which is £15. There you go. Right, let me get rid of this slowly. Oh, I didn't want that to move, but it's moved. Who's complaining? Not me. Right, okay, let's move on to question 4. A square, right? Square of length m. Ooh, okay. M. So I know that that is m. Okay, how do you work out the area of a square? Right, this is going to cause a bit of confusion. Right, so let me put this down. If I said to you 5 and 5, what's the area? 5 times 5, which is 5 squared, which is 25 square units. Let's just say centimeters squared. So can you see how these two 5s have come from there and there? Right, another way of doing this is, look, m times m. So write down, I'm going to write it up at the top, m times m. And just learn the shortcut. Can you see how we put 5 squared here? We can simply put m squared. Done. Don't worry about that too much. Just try to figure out what the question's asking and then just learn the shortcuts for now. Right, here's another one. A square of length n. So here's my square. It is n centimeters long. So it must be n centimeters wide or tall or whatever you want to call it, yeah? But we're asked to work out the perimeter, the perimeter. So I know this is also n centimeters and this is also n centimeters. Right? So what I need to do, get that. I need to add all the sides. N plus n is 2n plus another n, 3n plus another n, 4n. Let me write that down. Let me write it here. N plus n plus n plus n is 4 lots of n. 4n. Centimeters. Yeah, right. I think what I should have done is changed the m because that's a bit confusing. That's m squared centimeters squared. Anyway, let's move on. Which expression is not 7t? Okay, so let's get this right. Okay, let's try it with this then. 3t, there's a plus there, plus 2t, plus 2t. So 3t plus 2t is 5t, plus 2t is 7t, so that's fine. Number 2, t, there's a plus there, plus 2t, plus 4t. T plus 2t is 3t, plus 4t is 7t. That's fine. 10t, positive, plus 6t is 16t. 16t, take away 9t is 7t. So it must be this one then. So let's have a look. You have t positive, plus 2t plus 3t. So t plus 2t is 3t plus 3t is 6t, so it's not that one. So that's the one. That is not. Right, that was quite a tough one, that, but you'll get used to this. Just keep practicing this type of question. Don't hide from it. It's about understanding it and then just cracking on with it. The maths is quite easy. It's the way they word it sometimes. Right, okay, well done.